Hey guys, welcome to our review of Kishiryu Sentai RyuSoulger, episode 32. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Cinder Blaze.
And Makotoa.
Dudes, welcome back. We watched this episode yesterday so that you guys could comment, and we will talk about those at the end of this episode. But for now, I really like this episode. I felt it was... these last few episodes, obviously, we had Koichi Sakamoto. I don't know about the last episode, but this episode, it really felt like that the director who did all the angsty, like, really good emotional stuff is back. And he was brought back at the right point. I think all of the emotion hit well for the most part for me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, the only thing that was kind of off about that was I felt like Black's performance was a bit, like, too much. You know, it felt like a little cringy at times.
Really?
But, like just, like, a tiny bit. So, like, it was just, like, a
Where
tiny
at?
bit that, like, took me out of it when they were, like, guarding against Geysorg's armor from possessing Red.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just like the one hand, and like all five of them are just kind of like, you know, he's just like screaming on the top of his lungs. But it just kind of felt like a bit too much emotion for him, just because he didn't really have like the strongest bond with Nada.
I disagree. I feel like
I disagree with your disagree.
Well, no, I mean off screen it was like he knew him a long time ago. And I mean like that's stuff that we are informed of and that we sort of got glimpses of. He didn't really have any connection within what we saw, but I feel like having
That's it, though. We just got those glimpses, and he didn't have, like, enough interactions with Nada. Like, Red got more interactions with Nada, which, I mean, it's understandable, he's Red. But then again, even Green seemed to have more interactions with Nada. So it felt almost like Green or Red should have been doing the screaming.
But like, everyone was on board to help save Nada except for Black. And the fact that he made the transition over. He was the only holdout, and he was the one to push as hard as he could. I feel like that was pretty powerful, at least for his character. Yeah. In terms of getting over, you know, the other guys' I don't know, or his objections to everyone else.
Yeah, like, I'm not totally against him, like, doing it. It just felt like it didn't feel right. Like, maybe for me, I feel like they just needed a little bit more setup regarding that, and it would have probably flowed together a little bit more. But if, like, Green or Red did it, I mean, Red's on the ground, so he can't really do it. But if Green did it in this situation, I felt like it would have fit a lot better, because I feel like he was fighting for Nada the most, and I think, like, Black could probably just kind of take it from this experience afterwards, you know? Like, he's like, oh man, you know, how can I not believe in a friend, and kind of like move forward from here, and also just like let Green move from under Black's shadow just a little bit, you know?
Okay, yeah.
Like, that's how I kind of would have wished it.
That's true. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird that, like, Green was the one who made that initial attack on Nada with the armor, and then it ended up being Black who was calling out to him. Yeah, I guess I'm more in the line of thinking, okay, the Black stuff is fine, but I wish it were Green.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what fair. I'm going.
It's not like the worst thing, just because, like, now that they kind of set up they did know each other, maybe we can get glimpses into, like, some of the older RyuSoulger tribe members, because you already have that connection of kind of like an older generation. So it's not like all for naught. Like, I mean, they could just like throw that away entirely. We'll see in the later episodes.
Yeah. I do want to touch on this more, but there is some other stuff to talk about. Yeah. We got the more or less the purification of the Geysorg armor, which I'm fine with.
I'm totally fine with that.
I was scared. I was so scared that it would get cannibalized into a red power-up, or, like, you know, just do something it shouldn't, and rightfully it remained with Nada, and he's pretty much a RyuSoulger now.
I'm glad for the character.
Exactly. And he's like, again, the most characterful out of all the characters. He's the one that feels more like a person. And that he gets to, do exactly what he wanted from the get-go is really satisfying.
Yeah.
It doesn't also... it like finishes that arc of his character and he gets to move forward. I like it.
Yeah, for real. He had like the most charisma out of like all of them. Maybe Black's kind of competing with them, but it's just like a joy to kind of like have him on screen. I also loved his accent.
Yeah,
it was so funny. But
wonder if we'll get him in the opening next episode, like as part of the lineup or something.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be cool.
You know what I'm most excited about? I did not like evil Nada, or Nada just sort of being evil. I'm just happy to have him be happy and be part of the team. Like, I really like the status quo that they developed early on with his character and how he just sort of clowned on most of them. Yeah. So, I don't know. Having that status quo return is something I'm looking forward to.
I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be temporary though.
Really?
Because like the way he was kind of like sitting down with everyone, it felt like super happy. But I feel like in 2 or 3 episodes he's gonna leave and like go do his own journeys and occasionally come around for like 1 or 2 boss fights and then the finale.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll probably go off Sasuke style and just I need to find out more about myself.
Yeah, for these last 20 episodes,
Yeah.
He'll just like find a way.
And you know what? I feel like he was more of an effective 6th Ranger than Gold was.
Gold showed up really early. So
well, that's the thing. Gold showed up, and that was it.
Yeah,
like he brought with him a little bit of lore, but not as much as I needed, and the character really fell flat. And this guy immediately, the second he got on screen, clowned on Gold, which was good, and then just gave us just immense personality. And yeah, he just overall, I feel like he got the better story.
I can see it because the cool thing about the 6th Ranger is he's usually really cool. I don't find that at all. Really.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because we did have Lupin X and Pattern X.
Okay, he tried to be cool. I mean, his flips were cool. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh la la.
Yeah, like occasionally they were cool.
You're only harming your point with ooh la la.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he's also like a pretty good like mid-series kind of boss, because like our other commanders are kind of like gag villains. Like even like the ship dude. They haven't like tried to making. They've stopped making him a serious character, but like when they hard commit him for some of these gags, it's kind of funny. He's like, man, how can you like lose face out there? Like, what kind of villain are you?
Why are you explaining the plan?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I love those guys as like a unit because like again it's not, for me at least, it's not too much about what
it does look like Skittle Rain.
I told you. I said it in the watch along, but I rewatched it and I realized, oh no, my audio dipped out. I said taste the rainbow and no one caught it. No, I was upset because it was a good joke.
Yeah, but apparently that was the stuff that helped cure the Geistork armor,
Yeah.
Yo, so that was a really neat way to sort of, I guess, get rid of the hatred and purify the armor. Obviously it's very coincidental that we got a Minosaur that would do that. But I thought it was neat. Also, this is our first time getting to see a Minosaur created out of the armor guys, the evil faction. And on top of that, we saw at the end of the episode that all the hate that was destroyed was completely destroyed. It wasn't returned to everyone else. and that kind of clued into my suspicion about the episode where Red lost his kindness, because he had to relearn it. It was never physically returned to him.
Yeah.
I don't think Japan ever got theirs physically returned to them either. So maybe all of this balanced Japan out.
Oh my god.
I guess so.
This is some hardcore theory craft.
Is it though? It's like the people in the city that don't matter.
It was a joke, but
the new form was kind of sick. It was like flying on ice and fire powers. I don't like the Pakigaru like the whole thing, but you know.
Wait, where'd the fire come from? Was it Pakigaru? Because usually the fire comes from Dime Volcano.
I just remember it coming out of the head of the T-Rex dude in the chest. It just like flamed into his hand.
I mean, he is red. He probably has the power. So. Yeah, but they went full out for that fight scene. You know, they're like in the air, like like flew up into the clouds.
Into the clouds, just hanging out on the clouds. I thought that was great.
Fantastic. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, I really like this episode. It was a great episode for the director to come back on, like our main director to come back on. Because I thought the emotion was very effective. Yeah. Did you guys have anything else you want to say before we dive into the comments?
No, we're good.
Good stuff.
All right, cool. So, we got one comment from Double the Unknown that says, "Not much to say this time. I like the way they dispelled the hatred in the armor and really like Nada being included into the group. I really hope Nada gets to stay for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, no episode next week, so we have to wait an extra week to see the cool new form. Now try to finish 01 on time." Yeah, next week there's no superhero time. That also means there's no Soto blog next time, and that makes me very sad.
Man, I was way too excited for the next episode too. Why'd you gotta tell me? Now we bummed out for the entire week instead of just next week.
That just means we have more time for Teen Titans. Or no. Isn't that great? That's less work for me. I appreciate.
Yeah, no. Enjoy it while you can. I've been hearing rumors that the entire thing's going to go down for HBO Plus or HBO Max.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I hope we can talk.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching. If you've liked this episode, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week, except for maybe next week because no superhero time. I did not put out a Gundam episode, so I might just double up next week and then see what happens. So guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Yep. See ya.
Later.
Cool. That was a good episode. Yeah. I really liked our discussion.
I just remembered the screaming baby children out of the darkness.
Oh,
that was great. That was real weird.
Cool. I mean, it sounded like a lady. Kind of like